My name is David, and I work as a sales executive in a multinational company. Looking back, I realized that when I first took this job, I had very little idea of what I was stepping into. I thought sales was simply about selling products, meeting targets, and making calls. But working in a global company taught me that it is so much more a mixture of strategy, relationships, resilience, and constant learning. I still remember my first day. I walked into the office building in large city, tall and glassy, with the logos of the company gleaming in the sunlight. Inside, the atmosphere buzzed with energy. Teams were huddled around tables discussing reports, laughing, arguing, and typing furiously at their keyboards. I was nervous, but I told myself, this is it. This is your chance to prove yourself. My manager, Mr. Lewis, welcomed me warmly but with a hint of seriousness in his voice. Sales isn't easy here, Alex. You'll face challenges every day. Clients may reject you, markets may change overnight, and targets are never forgiving. But if you work hard and adapt, you'll grow faster than anywhere else. His words echoed in my mind as I took my seat, staring at the sea of computers, phones, and charts. The first week was overwhelming. I had to learn the company's products inside and out, understand client profiles, and familiarize myself with international protocols. My company dealt with tech solutions, so I spent hours reading about software systems, customer needs, and case studies from our branches in Europe and the U.S. At night, my head ached from absorbing information, but I also felt a strange excitement. I was learning things I had never imagined, skills that would shape my career. Then came the calls. I picked up the phone for the first time, heart racing. My task was to reach out to potential clients and explain our solutions. The first client I called didn't even answer. The second one hung up mid-conversation. By the end of the day, I felt exhausted and a little defeated. But I remembered Mr. Lewis's words. Rejection is part of sales. Each no is a step closer to a yes. So I tried again the next day, and the day after. After a few months, I began to understand the rhythm of the work. Sales in a multinational company wasn't just about convincing people, it was about building trust. I learned to listen carefully, understand the client's problems, and offer solutions tailored to their needs. I discovered that patience mattered more than pushing aggressively. I began sending follow-up emails with valuable information, not just reminders, and gradually clients started to respond positively. One of the most challenging moments came 6 months into my job. A major client from Singapore was considering switching to a competitor. The contract was worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, and losing it would reflect badly on me and my team. I spent days researching their needs, coordinating with technical specialists, and preparing presentations. I even stayed late nights rehearsing my pitch. The day of the meeting arrived, and I felt nervous but determined. I presented our solution clearly, anticipating their questions, and offered personalized plans. At the end, the client paused, looked at me, and then smiled. "We are impressed with your understanding and effort. Let's move forward with your proposal." That moment was unforgettable. I realized then that sales success in a multinational company was not just about selling, it was about creating relationships, trust, and proving your value. Working in an international company also taught me the importance of teamwork. I was not alone. My colleagues from different countries shared their insights, strategies, and experiences. Video conferences with teams in Europe or the U.S. could last hours. with time zones making it challenging. But I learned to adapt. I picked up new communication skills, negotiation strategies, and cultural awareness that I could never have learned elsewhere. Another lesson came from failure. There were clients I lost, proposals rejected, and targets I didn't meet. Initially, it was frustrating, but I learned to treat failure as feedback. I analyzed what went wrong, discussed with mentors, and improved my approach. Over time, these failures became stepping stones rather than obstacles. I realized that resilience and continuous learning were as important as any sales technique. By the end of my first year, I noticed a big change in myself. I was more confident, organized, and disciplined. I had learned how to manage stress, communicate effectively, and build professional relationships. I had grown not just as a sales executive, but as a person capable of adapting to fast-paced, complex environments. The work was still challenging, but I felt capable of facing it. What surprised me most was the sense of accomplishment I felt not just when a deal closed, but when I helped a client solve a real problem.